right, the only way that Gennady Golovkin gets the win September 17th against Canelo Álvarez is simply by knockout, or there has to be a knockdown. Something dramatic has to happen. Now look, I'm going to play a little bit of video today, providing proof and evidence of my claims that Canelo is a protected fighter, the cash cow. And we're going to prove it today because look, a lot of you guys out there, you say, okay, whatever, you're just a Canelo hater. And here's the thing, okay, it has nothing to do with being a Canelo hater, okay, and everything to do with the facts, the truth, okay, evidence. Now look, in any other sport, this would be illegal, what goes on these scorecards. I mean, this is world-class, elite-level boxing, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars on the line. Okay, so this is criminal what is happening in boxing. And again, if Gennady Golovkin doesn't knock him out, he's going to lose. Right here, the Bivol card, we're going to cover this at the end of the video. Truly disturbing, what I discovered with the Bivol Canelo scorecard. But first, let's hear from Paulie.
Bruh.
If GGG wins, you got 2 losses in a row for Canelo. There's no way.
You gotta beat your arch rival.
Whoever's judging this fight,
you gotta beat your arch rival, bro.
They're never gonna get. Bro, there's no shot. Canelo could, even if Canelo loses all 12 rounds.
Okay, you heard what Paulie said. Even if Canelo loses all 12 rounds, there's no way Gennady Golovkin will get the nod from the judges. It ain't happening. Okay, now look, Paulie. He's not not a hater. He's not biased. He doesn't have a dog in this fight. There's no reason for this man to lie or exaggerate or to make things up. So let's continue.
No way he's not getting this decision because the cash cow of the whole sport, they're not going to allow him.
Okay, you heard it there. The cash cow of boxing. They're not going to allow him to lose 2 fights in a row. Now again, I want to get to the Bivol fight here in a minute. That scorecard is really messed up. And in fact, I've never seen a scorecard like that in boxing history. Now, why other, air quote, boxing reporters aren't talking about this is beyond me. I don't know, but we'll get to it at the end of the video.
To lose 2 decisions in a row. No shot. Golovkin has to win by knockout.
And Stanley Christodoulou scores about 118 to 109. All 3
from the people who thought Trout did better than the judges did.
We have a majority decision.
Just another reminder, 118 to 109 against Trout. Now, we know, look, you could maybe call it a close fight, whatever, but it damn sure wasn't 118 109. Okay, now up next, we're going to see the Floyd Mayweather Canelo Álvarez fight, when they're reading the scorecards, and I want you to pay close attention to Mayweather, okay, with CJ Ross, calling that fight a draw. Absolutely ridiculous.
Here the score totals. Judge ringside, CJ Ross scores about 114 to 114, even a draw. Overruled by judges, Dave. Overruled by judges.
Okay, I'm speaking directly to the Canelo fans out there. Now you tell me that the Mayweather-Canelo fight was a draw, okay? I mean, again, it's almost laughable, just the level of corruption out there by these judges, okay? It's insane that these Canelo fans continue to protect and defend and argue and debate, this topic when we're talking about Canelo being a protected fighter that's afforded gift decisions.
117 to 111 in favor of the winner, Canelo.
117-111. Dave Moretti. 119-109. Bird.
Okay, and up next, I mean, look, guys, I could do this all day long, going all through Canelo's career. One of the worst examples of Canelo being protected was the 118-110 Adelaide Bird. And this lady was back judging boxing matches a month later. Totally paid off.
Adelaide Bird scores 118 to 110 for Canelo.
Go.
Okay, now we're going to move on to Bivol Canelo. I've never seen a boxing scorecard like this in my life. In the 20 years I've covered boxing and followed boxing, all three judges scored this fight exactly the same. 113, 115. Even the rounds are identical. I've never seen anything like this in boxing history. And what does that mean? That means if Bivol would not have won round 12 on all three cards, the fight would have been a draw. I mean, Canelo, look, I gave Canelo 2 or 3 rounds tops, okay? Think about this. Let this soak in. If Bivol would have lost round 12, see, he got 10, 10, 10, it would have been a draw, 114, 114. Okay, we'll continue. Let me read a little bit of this article here by, nyfights.com. The fact that Bivol needed to win the 12th round to win the fight is an absolute disgrace. Okay, we're talking a combined 89 years of experience with all three judges. You're likely to get the best results. Unfortunately, boxing doesn't work that way. It goes on to say all three of these individuals should be fired. Okay, I have no interest in hearing them speak to the Nevada State Athletic Commission. They need to be taken to task by the commission, but we all know that won't happen. It goes on to talk about the Adelaide Bird 118, 110 in favor for Canelo, and then it goes on to say, like I said earlier, Adelaide Bird back to work a month later, 0 consequences. I mean, she's either corrupt or incompetent, one or the other. Okay, and there's one more little thing here I want to read to you guys. Let's see, right here. Okay, it's a miracle that Bivol 20-0 and 11 KOs, 31 to Russia, won the fight in retrospect. I'm sure some of you are thinking, but the right guy won the fight, right? And that's what people say, or the crowd was roaring, or, you know, the judges had a bad vantage point or whatever. But you have to remember, they almost stole it from him. And we all know that, look, this fight wasn't even close, okay? Canelo, look, he got outboxed, he got outworked, he was flat-footed, he was loading up, his punch output was low. I mean, look at the stats, look at the numbers. It was a terrible fight for Canelo, and the fact that this guy was 1 round away from a draw is pathetic.